Hey guys, StarCraft here, and I have another commentary for you between two Zerg players, one of which is not myself. Now, I know I didn't release a video yesterday, but this video comes highly recommended, and it is a longer one, so hopefully you'll unbunch your panties and forgive me for that, because this should be a great matchup. I have not watched it yet. This is part of a King of the Hill recreational game, I believe, and we have in the right one of my favorite Zergs, probably my second or third favorite Zergs, Root Slush, of course, part of the Root clan, same clan that QXC is in, Kiwi Kaki, I believe, Drooby, Cats, so you know he's going to be good, and I've cast games with Slush before. Very awesome Zerg, I love him to pieces. Against Miss Buttloaves, I don't know who this is, I don't know if it's some kind of Smurf name, but apparently he is good enough to get in a very long game with Slush, so I'm assuming he's a solid player. Haven't really heard of him, so it's kind of funny. What was I gonna say? Oh, no, that's not it. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the game. Okay, so they all are cross-scouting. And, you know, in a lot of maps, when you cross-scout with Overlords and you find the other person, which of course you're going to do on this map because it's Scrap Station, you tend to see the quick hatchery builds, the 14 or 15 hatcheries in Zerg versus Zerg, because you can see what your opponent is doing and whether or not they're going to throw a pull down, so both players will agree, okay, we're just going to get a hatchery. But the reason you don't really see that too often on Scrap Station is because this natural is so hard to defend. If they both went, if one of them went like a 15 hatch or something like that, the other player would just go speedling and bailing and basically win. It's just too hard to block off with roaches. Sometimes you can position your spines pretty well and do a decent job, but I think neither player wants to take that kind of position in the game and be so defensive and have to worry about defending both those bases. So they're both just going with a pool first, and you can see they're almost identical at this point. Looks like Miss Buttloaves is choosing to get an extra drone, while Slush will probably produce an extra Zergling here. Yeah, another extra drone, so gonna see Zerglings from Slush, I suppose? Zerglings, we're gonna see some Zerglings? We're gonna see some Zerglings from Slush? No, I don't see any Zerglings from Slush. No? Okay. I lied. Oh, Roachborn. Okay, that makes sense. And we're seeing some speed. Now, when I mentioned earlier in a ZVZ, a general rule of thumb to follow is if you fast expand, you don't want to open into roaches. But Root Slush is not fast expanding, so I have no problem with this roach play. He's only getting 2 Zerglings for a little bit of scouting, maybe some tower control here. They're just kind of sticking around in his base, and we're seeing the Speedling build from Miss Buttloaves, and because he did not have to spend 150 minerals on the Roach Warren, he is now dropping an expansion as well. So 2 conflicting builds always makes for a pretty fun ZVZ game. When you have 2 different builds like this, they tend to end pretty quick. So hopefully we'll see this one go a bit longer, and so you guys can I can tickle your guys' fancy and something else if you play your cards right. First Roach going from Slush, as well as an Evolution Chamber and a fast lair, so we might see a +1 armor or attack speed Roach. Oh, he's attacking his own Roach Ward. Okay, that's a strategy I'm not too savvy in. So anyway, we might see a +1 Roach push from Slush once he gets the Roach speed, and it's going to be up to Miss Buttloaves to defend it. Roach Warren, Evolution Chamber coming from him. And see, I've told you guys, even if you get Speedlings, you don't have to commit to it. It's not that difficult to transition into a Roach build. You just want to make sure to do at least a little damage with the Zerglings. If nothing else, at least you'll get some scouting done. Evolution Chamber, Roach Warren, so lots of stuff coming from him. Are we going to see Roach Speed? Yes, we are. And this is kind of unusual. It seems like he didn't time this Evolution Chamber very well. I don't know if this is kind of a newer build for him or what, but he's not getting anything from it. He's not getting any spores. I just don't understand this play right here. He does not have close to enough gas to even start upgrading his attack, and he's going to need that for roaches anyway. Yeah, and we're seeing Miss Buttloaves trying to do something with these slings just because he built so many of them. They're not going to be that useful against a huge clump of roaches, and you really want to do at least some damage. Running into the main, running past the Zerglings. These roaches need to get into the mineral line and stop them from killing any drones. Looks like he's content to just do some scouting, Mrs. Buttloaves is. And meanwhile, we are seeing Burrow from Slush as well. Still no plus anything from this Evo Chamber, so kind of a waste right there. That could be a drone mining lots of stuff. And yeah, because Slush went the Roach route, because he did not get an expansion, he's actually really far behind right now. So this is This is actually unusual. I don't know if he's drunk or what. I don't remember where he lives. I think he lives in France? No, I don't know. I actually have a buddy who watched Slush play with, and I forgot where he lives. But we are seeing a move by Slush, to be expected. 3 roaches and 11 lings against 12 roaches, 13 roaches, and 4 lings. So we're going to see some spines. Yeah, he is moving some spines up, 1 spine up, and building 2 more spines, maybe even 3 more spines. I like this move. He's going to need these. And I don't think he really has the money or larva. Well, he's got some larva. I guess he just doesn't have the money to build roaches, and roaches might not be enough compared to these spines. Still no +1 from Red. Slush continuing to rally roaches. 4 more roaches coming out from the blue player. I have a feeling he's going to be just fine. Hey! 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 You mean contact? Yes, you can have his contract. That's fine. So we've got 6 roaches against 11 roaches, but he does have a spine, and I think he has some lings around here. So I think, yeah, his spine's almost done anyway. These 2 are almost done. I think he's going to be just fine. He might take a little more damage than he wants to. Oh, lings coming in from behind. Nice burrowing from Slush, though. Very cool. Burrow that roach. Ah, he actually missed one. Pretty nice. So he only loses 1 roach, and now he's going to heal up with burrow. Do we have a lair? Oh, no lair. Oh, this could be so sick. Did he think he killed these roaches? I think he thinks he killed these roaches. He didn't, dude. They just burrowed. Burrow this guy. Burrow. Ah. Burrow. Oh, you don't need to burrow those 2. They're at full health, dude. Oh, he lost another roach. It's so hard to burrow, man. With the latency not being land latency, because it's just difficult to pull off in time. A lot of times you see it, you burrow, but it's just a hair too late. Unburrowing on top of a couple defenseless roaches. No, you need to kill that one. Unburrow, you dildo. Killing 2 more. Yeah, this is awesome. Just burrowing in different locations. It'd be sweet if he could actually run up into the main, but I don't think that would happen. There's too many defenses there. And if we check production, he is continuing to build roaches, while the blue player looks like he's switching up to drones because he realizes this force is going to be harassment, but it's not going to threaten the game. So he doesn't really need to make a bunch of roaches to deal with this. Another burrow from Root. This is actually brilliant play by Slush. This is awesome. Rallying more roaches, which he can actually just bring in, maybe even just to overpower. There goes my phone, everybody. But Slush still really far behind. So I like this move by Miss Buttloads to get the drones instead of panicking and making just a butt-F tons of roaches. Look at all the saturation there, though. Of course, he can't transfer because his expansion is in jeopardy. It's losing just so many units. Another burrow. This is sick, dude. I don't know if he uses this strategy normally, but this is sick. This could work. Oh, run! No, that roach died. Oh, and we almost see a lair. However, despite all the damage this is doing, oh, he's running up into the main. I was hoping he'd do that. He does lose 1 roach. Oh my gosh, now he's got a 2-pronged attack. He's going to be unburrowing those roaches once these roaches get in there. Oh, in the drone line, unburrowing these roaches doing even more damage. He has to now focus down the drones, though, because these roaches are threatening him. Killing a couple stray roaches down here, continuing to run around up here, not producing anything. Look at this. This micro is so heavy from Slush. He has 890 minerals and 700 gas. He could get an upgrade, he could get an expansion. He could get some freaking roaches not injecting. So even the best of the best, you guys, have problems. So do not get discouraged. Slush is just macroing terribly right now, but his micro is sick, so it's okay. Killing even more drones. It is now even on the drone count. Where is your overseer, you buffoon? There it is. Not too many more drones down here to kill, but he is running away, saving some roaches. Notice Slush is not getting his burrow movement. He just doesn't really need that for what he's attempting here, and that would be 6 roaches he wouldn't have at this point in the game, just because it does cost a lot of gas. I don't know what Miss Buttloads is doing. Why does he keep moving away from these burrowed roaches? I think that he thinks Slush has burrow move, but Slush doesn't. Now here's the Overseer. Slush should just run away. Hopefully he doesn't think he can burrow again, and yeah, he'll do just that. Running away with these roaches, but a lot of them reinforcing here. These ones moving back into the expansion if we look at the harvest count. Now 12 to 18. The only thing Miss Buttload has over Slush is a +1 upgrade. He does have a much bigger army, actually 20 to 13 with +1, so he needs to push out, do something to Slush. While Slush is expanding, he's a little bit low on the production at this point. And are we going to see him move out? No, looks. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like he's gonna play defensive, but he is moving out. Slush can no longer use his burrow tactics, and of course, if he tries to fight head on, he'll lose because he's outnumbered and out upgraded. And this is kind of cool. I never noticed this before. If you look at the +1, it's got like 3 or 4 spines on there. If you look at the normal one, just one tiny little spine. So that's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. Slush is going to engage. He's trying to get his opponent bottleneck, but there's such small roach amounts that it's not really going to happen. He's forced to run out, and Miss Buttloaves might just go straight for the main. Is he going to? No, he will move off to the expansion. Was that a good move? He probably could have taken the main with +1 and 1 extra roach. Ooh. You can't really expect him to make that kind of move, though. It's very ballsy to just go right on up there, and if you're outnumbered, you're going to lose a lot of units. So taking the expansion, the safe play, in this case not the right play, but those broodlings will soak up some damage. We now have a big battle going on here. Production tab, we are seeing a Spire from Slush as well as 7 more roaches. He so wants to defend this. And still no use. Oh, there we go. Now he's using that for the +1. Now, how's the saturation looking? Because he does have those 2 hatcheries, he was able to resaturate very well, 17 to 24. So despite Slush's brilliant harass, I feel like he fell behind in the macro a bit by not expanding earlier when he had like 900 minerals and not getting an upgrade when he had so much minerals and so much gas. So his micro is definitely keeping him in the game, but his macro is preventing him from being a little further ahead than he could be. So we are seeing a switch over to Mutalisks now. That +1 almost complete. And Overseer moving in. Oh, he just wants to kill this Overseer with the Muta. So, yeah. The Overseer already saw the Spire, so no point in not revealing. Contaminate! Contaminate! Yeah. There we go. Yeah, so he's responding with the Hydroden. Hydrodens build very fast, you guys. One of the fastest unit-producing structures in the game. 40 seconds for a freaking Hydroden. How cool is that? And of course they don't produce units themselves, but they allow the hatchery and lair and hive too. So check out the unit tab. Slushed up by 6 roaches. Still behind a whole lot in the harvester count. And I think Miss Buttloaves is... Ooh, this is going to be awesome! I think the reason Miss Buttloaves is moving out right now is because he realizes Slush does have these mutas. He kind of wants to distract them from doing any like harassment. Because he probably expects about 5 or 6 of them, which is usually what happens when Zerg gets mutas. But... there's actually only a couple, but he has no way of knowing. So he is going to move out and try to kill this expansion, secure his lead even more. But the Unburrow on top of the roaches, that is so sick. Oh, this is just going to catch all these forces off guard. He has +1 as well, and these guys are cut off. They cannot run. That was just perfect burrowing by Slush, a bit careless by Miss Buttloaves. He lost that Overseer and just didn't really think to replace it. So it's now 23 roaches to 6 roaches and a single Hydra for Miss Buttloaves. And I think if Slush is to go for a counterattack right now, he'd be very successful. I don't see why he wouldn't at least push up, because with the speed of the roaches, you can always run if a counterattack just isn't the best idea. But he's just gonna hang out, you know. I mean, I can see this game, he can't, so I guess he didn't feel pretty safe doing the counterattack. Still only 8 roaches, 7 roaches, 4 hydras, and a couple queens. I think he just wants to, you know, increase his Mutaforce maybe, or I don't know. More roaches coming from Miss Buttloaves. Still each running off of 2 bases. We are now evening the harvester count just a tad. +2 from Slush. So the mutas didn't work out too well. The Hydra response was just a bit too fast, and he wasn't able to get enough mutas to kill any queens in the main and do some harassment. We are now seeing a roach movement from Slush, so it looks like he's going to be switching back into roaches. The cool thing about the muta switch, though, is it caused Miss Buttloaves to build the Hydra tech and build some Hydras. Hydras are good when they're protected by large numbers of roaches, but if you have like 5 Hydras and 5 roaches against 10 roaches, the 10 roaches are going to win, just because, you know, they just will, trust me. The battle doesn't last long enough for the Hydra's DPS to life ratio to matter very much. So yeah, infestors are out. You guys know how I feel about infestors. I kind of prefer to get upgrades or just more roaches over infestors. But on a long map like this that tends to be going a bit longer, maybe even seeing a 3rd base from each player soon, I don't really have a problem with these infestors. He's already got 2 attack upgrades. Well, he's almost got a 2nd attack upgrade. So, you know, that's fine. Fungal growth is really fun to use. Can't blame me there. 32 to 32. Now we have a perfectly even game as far as harvesters go. Fairly even as far as the army tab goes. However, I think Slush's upgrades are going to be a bit better. But still waiting for his +2 to complete. He is getting +1, however. He must have 2 Evo Chambers, yeah. And notice neither player is really concentrating on spreading creep too frantically, just because it doesn't matter too much in ZVZ. You want to connect your expansions, and you maybe want to have a little bit on the outskirts of your base to chase any mutas. But other than that, you know, not that big of a concern. 2 more infestors coming out, so that will be 3 infestors for Slush. He does have the pathogen glands, so they're going to have 75 energy. And hopefully he can split up Miss Buttload's army with some fungal growths. That'd be cool. Overseer, not going to forget his Overseer this time. That's good. Check out the units. Pretty stagnant now as far as action goes. So Miss Buttlows has the Hydra advantage, but Slush has the Infestor advantage. Now busting down these rocks. Needs to get his roaches a little closer so he can actually attack with all of them. Do the job a bit quicker. And expanding, and this is a good use for that Muta, even if he didn't get to do a lot of harassment. At least he sees what's going on. That's something you can do with Speed Overlords, though, which he does not have right now. Don't blame him. Overseers do that job, and the Mutas will do that job as well. He's got them nicely positioned over the rocks, so he knows exactly what's coming. He is burrowing. Oh, where is your Overseer, you fool? Oh, he's got a lot of units here. He needs to bring all of those. He needs to bring the Overseer as well. He might have seen them burrow. Not sure. Oh, no, I don't think he did. Okay, there's your Overseer. Thank you. Whew, that was close. Alright, so before we get started here, I want to do a quick unit count. Where are those infestors? Oh, there are a couple of roaches. So it looks like he is going to be moving up to unburrow. We've got 12 Hydras versus 24, what, 37? Yeah, 37. 12 Hydras. I think if we don't see some good fungal growth, Miss Buttlows has a huge advantage. No, what are you doing? Oh, fungal growth. Bam, number 1. Bam, number 2. And this is exactly what you want. Slush should unburrow these roaches, and these guys can't attack. This is what I mean by isolating armies with fungal growth. If he should unburrow these, he could kill all these units. There we go. None of these guys are firing while all these guys are dying. I still think Buttlows has an advantage just because of his composition. His upgrades are a little bit better as well, but this will be a very, very close battle. Where are the other infestors? Did they die already? I didn't think he got 3 fungal growths off. Yeah, this was pretty close. I don't agree with his decision to run here. I think he was doing just fine. He's not too outmatched, dude. Yeah, don't run. He is being reinforced, however, by a couple of roaches, not doing too bad. Those infestors must have died. I think I missed it. You guys probably saw that. Some more roaches being rallied. We are seeing just continuous roaches from Slush, as well as +1 armor, and roaches and hydras from Miss Buttlows. But now I have to give the advantage to Miss Buttlows, so this is an increasingly intense game. Third from Miss Buttlows is complete. This first is probably mined out, so he's able to transfer these drones, which are... Oh, he must have transferred them to the expansion or something. Yeah, it's kind of weird. He needs to saturate that. 40 to 31, so Slush is ahead in the harvester count. But where are all your units, Buttlows? He needs some more roaches. He just does not have a good roach to hydra ratio. He wants to have like 2 roaches for every 1 hydra, pretty much. And he just doesn't have that right now, so he needs to be careful from any roach flanks. You know, getting behind and picking off those hydras just so fast. He can kill the hydras in just 5 shots. So yeah. And these roaches will be moving out, maybe trying to find a third. I think Slush does know about that third. Yeah, he's seen that third. And there's some kind of transfer. Yeah, we saw a transfer from this base. And still, both players could stand to get some more drones. Well, Slush doing fine, trying to take the high yield. But Miss Buttlows could stand to get a third. Armor going for Miss Buttlows now. And Slush is moving out. Of course, these overlords can see this. 2-1 to 2-1 as far as upgrades go. 2 infestors out as well. Hopefully he can split the armies again. Killing the creep tumors, not really necessary, but, you know, might as well. That would have been awesome if he got a fungal growth on those guys out. But it just didn't happen. Looks like he will be circling around now. I'd like to see a burrow just real fast to heal those weak units in the back. He's got about 3 weak roaches, but not too vital. And is there an overseer? Yes, there is an overseer here. Where are the fungal growths at? Bam! There's 1 fungal growth. Fungal growth, second army, and pick it off, Slush. Do it! Do it now! Ah! Oh, I just use it. See, now this doesn't matter. Like, it just does not matter. They're going to heal up in like 30 seconds, and then your infestors are going to be wasted. This is why I just don't like infestor play that much in ZVZ. Against mutas, they're awesome. Don't get me wrong. I love them against mutas. You basically need them. If you have hydras, get infestors and just own those mutas. But in Roach, on Roach, I don't like them that much. This amount of gas worth of infestors could be 24 more roaches. Just imagine. And they just haven't done that much so far. Even in the middle, when he separated the armies with the fungal growth, they just didn't do that much. So I hope this is kind of another example of why I enjoy upgrades rather than infestors. And because he is kind of doing well on upgrades already, I'd just like to see more roaches, because he just cannot handle this army right now. He's fungal growthing and running, losing an infestor. I mean, it's kind of painful to watch, to be honest. He's just getting out macroed because he just does not have a brute force to deal with Miss Buttlows' army. Now, if he can run off of this expansion for a long time, that'd be pretty cool. Man, that is just so many units. I still don't like that he has less roaches than hydras, though. I think he needs a lot more hydras. Maybe his logic behind that is hydras can outrange, you know, are less affected by fungal growth because they have longer range. I don't know. Check out the unit tab. 55 roaches from Slush to 34 hydras and 26 roaches. 27 roaches. He is only +1 on armor, while Miss Buttlows is +2 on armor, but he does have infestors, so this could go both ways. It's not a really common Zerg army. You don't see them in this big numbers usually. You usually see the hydras and roaches in smaller numbers, and the roaches in smaller nubbles. I'm a nubble. Hey, this is kind of cool. He's just gonna catch these spines off guard, kill all 3 of them, then probably just run away again. You don't want to fight with roaches in this tiny little choke. Where's that Overseer? There's the Overseer. Man, he's just got a huge army. I gotta give this to Miss Buttloves at this point. As long as he fights... Oh, I was just gonna say, as long as he fights with his army all together, but 5 or 6 roaches getting picked off, that was a nice fungal growth. That is the kind of fungal growth you want in a ZVZ when you have infestors. I still want to see a lot more roaches. I don't like this, the way he's doing this. Too many hydras, not enough roaches, man. If Slush somehow gets the roaches inside of the hydras, it's GG, dude. But this is just so close. Is there going to be a base phase? No, he's going to go back. Yeah, he's going to go back. Fungal growth. Oh, he could have killed like 4 more units if he would have fungal growth those. This hatchery is not long for this world. He's going to pick that off and run. And now, because the high yield is up, I got to give this advantage to Slush now. He can hold him off a little bit with fungal growth. This guy's got another fungal growth in him. There we go. And yeah, just getting slowed down, worn down a bit. So just tactically, Slush's move into the third while the other player was doing who knows what up there, it might give him the advantage. And now the fungal growth has caused the other opponents, Miss Buttloves, to run in a line. So this is actually really cool. It's still going to be pretty close, I think. These hydras just aren't firing. Wow, this is an amazing battle. I don't know who's winning. I seriously can't tell, but now you can see why he needs more roaches. These hydras are just getting torn to pieces because they have no roach support. You just needed more roaches and less hydras. 2 to 1 at least 2 to 1, maybe even 3 roaches for every 1 hydra, but you just cannot have that many hydras against pure roaches. It does not work. Why did you not scout this? You have so many overlords. Did he scout it? Yeah, I think he scouted it with this last creep tumor. But man, that was an intense game. He spent his money really well. Slush a bit heavy on the heavy on the minerals. Maybe too many infestors. But of course, that's just my opinion. I like upgrades more than infestors. And so what happened in this game? I think that was a careless move coming up here. It was actually very close. Careless move coming up here by Miss Buttloves, letting his expansion die. Way too many hydras for how many roaches he had. His lair was too slow, and the burrow tactics just totally obliterated him. He should have just kept his roaches over the burrowed units and just got his drones out of there and saved him all that. And didn't see the high yield, so yeah, hope you guys like this replay, and I love animals.